Hello all, welcome to this online recording sessions in data science. Okay, so we have started Python sessions, right? So in this Python session, we are going to see basic if, else, if and looping statements, okay? Conditional statements, looping statements and simple if statements, okay? If you take in Python, you have three different types, okay? One is empty statements, okay? Empty statements, just we don't have any statements to be executed, okay? So here we generally use pass keyword for empty statements. In case of simple statements, we will have simple if else, simple else, simple elif, okay? Elif, nested if else, okay? So we have all these types in simple statements, okay? So in compound statements, we have conditional statements like while, for, okay? So we have that thing, okay, in compound statements, okay? So without getting much late, so let us go for practical implementation and see some of the examples in say starting from empty statements, okay? So we'll see what is empty statements and then followed by simple statements, okay? Yeah, so I've taken Google Colab and I'm labeling it as simple if, simple statements, okay? Simple statements, okay? Okay, so first let me add a text file. So in text file, let me take this as empty statements first. Empty statements. Empty statements. Okay. So let me take one problem. Okay. Let a equal to 10, or else let us give from the user. Okay. Int input enter any number, okay? Enter any number, okay? So next in we will use if, okay? If a greater than 10, okay? A greater than 10, okay? Then what we need to do? Let us take a less than 10, okay? A less than 10. So I'm trying to print here if a is less than 10, I'm considering it as single digit, okay? So if a greater than 10, so I'm considering it as 2 digits, okay? So here I'm just using pass. So I just want to show you what is empty statement, okay? What if we use pass keyword, okay? Then we'll have print a is a 2-digit number, okay? Okay, so enter any number greater than 10 or any 2-digit, okay? So let this be the message to the user, okay? Greater than 9, okay? Shift enter I'm pressing. So enter any number greater than 9 or any 2-digit, okay? So I'm just entering 5, okay? A is a 2-digit number, okay? So it is executing A is a 2-digit number, but I have entered 5, right? It is a single digit number, okay? So then what can I do? So if it is less than 10, if it is less than 10, it should give pass statement. If it is greater than 10, if it is greater than 10, it is should give another statement, right? So let me give another statement. 45, A is a 2-digit number. So let me rerun it. 5 or else instead of user, let me give 10. Okay, so always it is getting executed, this statement, right? So is there any mistake? Let me check it. So A equal to 10. If A less than 10, print pass. If A greater than 10, A greater than 10, then I will print this. Okay. Okay. So let me ask again. Control Z. Let me take Control Z. And let me give here one if statement. So if A greater than 10, okay, A greater than 10, print A is a 2-digit number. Okay, this looks fine, right? So I am printing shift enter. So if I enter 5, so it's not getting executed anything. Okay, so one thing you can remember, you can add 2 ifs here. Okay, so one if is just using pass statement, so it is not giving any result. Okay, so that's why it is acting as an empty statement. Okay, it's not performing anything. Okay, whereas this if statement is acting like a normal. Okay, it is printing one statement. Okay, so if I take a 2-digit number, okay, it is printing A is a 2-digit number. Okay, and let me give one more time. 7 is a single digit number. So if single digit number is there, I have given pass, right? So there is no statement. Okay, so that's why it's not giving any results, okay, from this. So that's why we call it as empty statement. Okay, next we will see simple statements. Okay, simple statements. Okay, in simple statements what happens, we don't use pass keyword. Okay, we'll have simple if, simple if else, simple elif. Okay, all those things we'll be having here. Okay, so let me take the same code, and use it for if A less than 10. So I would like to print let me print A is a single digit number. Okay, A is a single digit number. Okay, so I am removing pass and making it as a simple if statement. Okay, so if I am giving 8, so it is printing single digit. So if I am giving some 2-digit, it is printing 2-digit number. Okay, so in this way you can use simple if statement. Okay, so next code, let us take simple if else. Okay, simple if else. So in that case what we will do, so let us write a program for even or odd. Okay, enter any number to check whether it is even or odd. Okay, so if A divided by 2 equal to 0, then print A is an even number. Okay, else I'll use else statement. So this is example for simple if else. Okay, so previously we have seen simple if. Okay, so now we are trying to see simple if else. So a is a odd number, or a is a odd number. Okay, so let me add a text file also if possible. Okay, in this text file, this program is for simple if, right? Okay, to make it clear for a user. Okay, so and this program is simple if. Simple if. So you can use single if also. Here I have used two ifs, right? So you can use single if also. Okay. Okay. So now if I run it, so enter any number to check whether it is even or odd. So I'm entering 8. So 8 is divided by 2 equal to 0. So we'll get quotient as we'll get remainder as 0. So that's why it is an even number. So let me give another number. Yeah. So we don't get a remainder as 0. So that's why it is an taking as odd number. Okay. So this is how the simple if else will work. Okay. So now let me take nested if else. Okay. Nested if else. So we are extending this if else statements with nested if else. Okay. So in nested if else, what I will try to do? So I will try to insert one more if else inside the if else. Okay. So we can add any number of if else in one if else. Okay. So like that we can do. Okay. So let me write a program for 3-digit number. Okay. Greatest of 3-digit number. So a equal to int input enter a number, enter first number. Okay. Or enter a number. Okay. Next, same thing you take it. Same thing you take for 3 inputs. Okay. So b equal to int input enter second number. First number. Okay. So let me take another number also. Let me take another number also. So c equal to enter third number. Okay. So in this way I'll take 3 numbers as an input. So now I will use if a greater than b. Okay. If a greater than b. Okay. So I am getting intelligence if you observe. If a greater than b, a greater than c, print a is greater. Okay. So I think this is the program. Okay, this is what I am trying to print. By default, with the help of AI, my Google Colab is able to recognize this program, and it is suggesting me to use this because it has sensed it. I'm trying to do it. Okay, so I am just press tab to get this whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is here. Okay, to get that code, which is transparent, right? So now if I press tab, the transparent part will get written in my code cell. Okay, that is IntelliSense. So whatever I am writing, my AI is trying to see my code part and it is suggesting few things. Okay, it is depend upon the user whether to use it or not. Okay, so if a greater than b, a greater than c, print a is greater. Okay, else c is greater. Next, if b greater than c, print b is greater. Okay, else c is greater. Okay, this is fine. This program is correct. Okay, so let us run this program and find it out. Okay, enter first number. Okay, enter first number. So I am entering 10, 20, 30. Okay, so third number is greater. So let me change here if possible. First number is greater. here second number is greater. Okay, next third number is greater. Sorry, here third number, no, third number is greater. Okay, here second number is greater. Number is greater. Okay, here third number is greater. Okay, so let us execute again. So 10, 20, 30. So third number is greater. Okay, because third number is 30, right? So if I run experiment with remaining numbers, you can see it. So 30, 20, 10. So now what should be the output? A is greater than, first number is greater than. Okay, first number is greater. Okay, it should print that. Yeah, first number is greater. Okay, so now let me experiment with another possibility. Okay, so 10, 30, 20. So now the output should be second number is greater. Okay, fine. Well, this program is very easy to understand. The simple nested if else. Okay, for nested if else we can use this program to learn. Okay, so how the procedure will be there. Okay, the same code I can use with nested elif also. Okay, so I can use elif and then I can generate the same output also. So let us see it. Okay, let us see it. So I'll take another cell. So this program will be what this program will be this program will be elif, simple elif. So when we will use elif? When we have more number of conditions. So if we have only one condition, we can go with simple if. Okay, only with one if. If we have two conditions, we can go with if else. Okay, if we have three conditions, then what we can do? We can use elif. Okay, two statements will go for, one statement will go for if, one statement will go for else, and the other condition or other statement will go for elif. Okay, in this way three conditions get satisfied. Okay, so elif. So here what I will do, so I will check, I'll make this as elif. Elif. Okay, so same program, but if you see, I'm using elif. Here also indentation we need to maintain, so only one tab should be there. Okay, after any colons you get here, we need to maintain one tab space. It should not be more or less. Okay, just one tab. Okay, so now let me check again. So I'm giving again 10, 20, 30. So third number is greater. Okay, fine, it is working fine. So next you run it, run for other numbers, 30, 20, 10. So in this case, first number should be greater. Okay, next 10, 30, 20. So B is greater, second number is greater. Okay, so now I have modified with I removed else part and I have added elif. Okay, okay, in this way also you can use elif. Okay, so if you have three conditions, you can go with elif, or else you can if three conditions like this also, you can use elif. Okay, so that is what about elif. So next what we will see, nested if. Okay, nested if means nested if else. Okay, nested if else. So it will be like same like this. Okay, same like this, same like this, or else I can explain here also, if inside another if, that is also a nested if. So in this case, what how can we say it is a nested if? One if statement is depend upon another if statement. If one if statement is depending upon another if statements, then we call that statement as nested if. Okay, so let me write one more program. Okay, one more program. So okay, so a equal to int input, a equal to int input, enter class study. Okay, so what I'm trying to do in this program, so I'm trying to take a check whether the student belongs to science stream or commerce stream. Okay, so generally how do you take this problem statement and implement a program? How do you check whether the student belongs to science stream or commerce stream? It generally happens in 11th standard and 12th standard, right? So in 11th standard, if the student is from science stream, then he can take engineering. Okay, or else if he belongs to commerce stream, then he can go for managements. Okay, okay, so now here I will enter the class. So if this class is satisfied only, I will print one statement. Okay, so if a greater than 11, okay, a greater than 11, so what I will do, print if a greater than 11, let me take another if. Okay, if a equal to science, okay, then what I will do, print the student can opt for engineering. Okay, the student can opt for engineering. Okay, so if a greater than 11 and if a equal to science, then so here we will giving only 11, right? So after a greater than 11, it will check another condition also. So here we need to enter another number, I think. Okay, so let me take another input. So b equal to let me take input, just input. So here I will try to get what stream the user is trying to select. Okay, whether it is science or commerce, right? Input. Okay, enter class study 11. So next here I want to print enter the stream. Okay, the stream student belongs. Okay, shift enter class 11. It should ask b input also. If a greater than 11, it should ask another input. Okay, enter the stream belongs science. Okay, so what I am trying to take, science 11. Sometimes it is not working. Why it's not working? 12. If I'm giving 12, well, it's getting fine. So, science. So if science is there, then the student should, we need to get this statement. Okay, the student can opt for engineering. Okay, if not, you can leave it empty, or you can give another statement stating that the student can go for commerce stream. Okay, so in this way you can print nested if. Okay, you can study nested if statements. Okay, next we will go for looping statements. Looping statements. Okay, looping statements. In looping statements, what happens? Okay, the repetitive process takes place. So how do you study these looping statements? First we will write an algorithm. Okay, then we will try to implement a flow chart. Okay, for a beginner it is good to study like this. Okay, so if you let me to open the slides. So for a looping statements, loopings again are of two types, while and for loops. Okay, so for can be implemented or can have in and range. So these two functions can be applied on for loop. Okay, whereas in while it will be just a condition, and if possible we can use else statements also. Else statement while using while. Okay, yeah. So these looping statements, how do you study? These looping statements can be studied with the help of algorithm. First you frame an algorithm for a problem, then you try to implement a flow chart. Okay, flow chart like this. If the condition is this, I'll do this. If the condition is this, I'll do this. So like this you can create a flow chart, and then that flow chart can be implemented in the form of any of this looping statement. Okay, okay. So when to use for loop, when to use while loop? If the loop repeat a certain number of times. Okay, if you know the loop will repeat certain number of times, in that case we can go with for loop. Okay, then when to use while loop? When loop repeat until a condition is satisfied. So when we know number of repetitions, we'll go with for loop. So when we know when the conditions will satisfied, in that case we'll go with while loop. Okay, so in this again we have header part and body part. Header part and body part. So header part we will define which statement it is. Okay, which statement it is, for or while. So in body part we'll write the statements. So let us implement this by code. Okay, let me take code file. Okay, so while loop. So let me add the text file. So in this text file I'll take while. Okay, so while loop. Okay, a equal to 10 suppose. Okay, see I'm getting a program by default only. So okay, I want to print this program only. So while a greater than 0, print a. Okay, so that means how my numbers will be printed. I want to print from 10 to 1. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 10 to 1 if I want to print. So what I will do, so I can use this program for while statement. Okay, so while a greater than 0, print a. So since I have given 10, so 10 is greater than 0, right? Yes, true. Then what I need to do? Print 10. Okay, then what I will do? Decrement a equal to a minus 1. So now currently a value is 10, right? So if I decrement 1, what happens? The a value will be 9. Okay, so 9. So again it will check the condition. Okay, so while loop will execute until the condition is satisfied. Okay, so while now the condition is 9. Okay, 9 greater than 0, right? Okay, then it will print 9. Okay, so let me execute it. Yeah, see it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in this way you can print from 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, using while loop. Okay, so If I want to use else part using while, so what I can do, so while a greater than 0, I need to execute this. Else what I will do, else you can give print you can print some statement. Okay, a greater than 0, a equal to a value is less than 10 or equal to 0. So I'm giving some statement. Okay, a value is less than 10 or equal to 10. So let me give here, take from the user. Okay, int, that looks fine. Okay, int input enter any number. Okay, so I'm giving this statement. So let me run it. So if I enter 10, so it is working fine. So a greater than 0, right? So greater than 0, I can give any number. Let me give 5. So 5 4 3 2 1, it is executing. Okay, okay. So next what I will do, so if a value less than 10, if a value greater than 0, so let me give some minus values, so that only the else part will get executed. Minus 8, a value is less than 10 or equal to 0. So if I give 0, what happens? A value is less than 10 or equal to 0. Just it's working fine. Okay, so in this way, in while statement also you can use else part. Okay, okay, if the more conditions are there other than one condition, you can use this. If this condition is satisfied, this, else you can use this. Okay, you can get this statement. Okay, in this way you can use else statement in while. Okay, so next we'll implement for statement, for looping. So for loop can be implemented, can use in and range. Okay, these two can be used. Okay, for loop with in and range, or else simply I can put in and range. Okay, so now what I will do, so generally this in and loop statements, in and range functions, when you can use, so when we have list tuple set dictionary, when we want to extract one by one. Okay, if you want to, from a bunch of elements, if I want to take one element once, okay, then I can use this in statements. So in that case, that in statement will be this. Okay, so let me type one list first. So 2 4.5 5 plus 4j, 5 plus 4j, okay, and some string if possible, Python. Okay, so now I will use for loop. So for I in, so I will be the some random number. Okay, so for I in a, so what I will do, for I in a, print I. Okay, so I'll try to print that particular element. Okay, okay, so for I in a, print I. Okay, then increment I equal to I plus 1. Okay, so let me run it. Type error, why it's showing can only concatenate string not int. So because I given string, it's not working. Let me check it. I think same case if the complex number also for loop is not executing. Okay. So in this way, using for loop, you can print all the elements in the list. Okay, using for loop. Okay, print I. Okay. So you can take another program also to understand simple for. Okay. So for let me give two variables. Sentence. So let me take one sentence. Sentence is equal to input enter any sentence. Fine. AI is recognizing my program. That's fine. For I in sentence, let me take another line also. Word. Okay. So word equal to input enter any word. Okay. So now what I will try to do, so I will type first one sentence. Okay. So that I will store in this variable. Okay. I'll take one sentence and I'll store in this sentence variable. So next input what I will give, I will take word. Okay, I'll take word. So I'll try to check whether that word is present in this sentence or not. Okay, so if present, I'll try to print it true or else no. Okay, so for word in sentence. Okay, so for word in sentence, print what? Print true. Okay, else print false. Fine, absolutely fine. Okay, so why I'm getting error here? So maybe I can't use else in for loop. That is the case. Invalid syntax. Yes, exactly. So I can't use. So let me bring this out of this. So input any sentence. So this session is all about learning Python. Okay. Okay. Enter any word. So I am entering is. So it is printing true. Okay. So true. How many times it will true? Okay. So let me break it. Yeah. So you can use break statements also. In break statements in for loop. Okay. So if the condition is, if you want to stop the loop, okay, after only once execution, you can stop it. This is Python session. Okay. I'm giving this. Yeah. The loop got break. So once it is true, it is getting break. Okay. So this is how you can use break statements also. Okay. You can use continuous statements also. What happens if continuous statements is there? It will continue. Okay. Instead of breaking, it will continue. Okay. So we can use that also. So now let me give another one. This is a Python session. Okay. So let me give the word that is not present in the sentence. So in that case also true. In that case also true. Wrong, right? And is not present. And is not present in the sentence. So in that case I need to get false. This is a Python session. Okay. So I'm giving and. So if I'm giving and, what it need to do? It need not it did not let me remove, continue. Okay, Python session. Okay, so I'm giving and yeah, well, fine, this is also not correct, exactly correct. So what we can do, we can use break only here. So we can give break statement. Okay, so if that is the true, it can break. Remove else, then let me check it. Without else, this is a Python session. Okay, so for if you are giving the word that is present in the sentence, word that is present in the sentence, it should work. Is present in this sentence, right? So it should print true, then it should break it. Okay, I hope you are understanding my logic, what I'm trying to build it. So I'm trying to, if that is present in that sentence, we need to break it, we need to print true. Okay, print true, otherwise it should be false. Okay, why again it's false? Enter any word, any word. Okay, so I have entered is. Transition. Okay, is. So I need to use else, but I need to modify it. Okay, yeah, just try it, how it's possible. This is a Python session and I'm giving the word as and true, so it shouldn't execute that. Okay, okay, so I think some error is coming, you can check it. So you understood my logic, right? So if that word is present in that only, it should execute. So our true part we are getting true, but let us check it for false. Let us check it for false. Yeah, true is executing fine, but we need to execute false statement also. So whenever the word is not present in the sentence, in that case I want to print false. Okay, okay, so let us see that case where we can apply with the remaining examples. Let us see that. Okay, so this is while loop as I've discussed. Okay, and this is how we have printed from 1 to 10 numbers. Yeah, we have used else statements also in while. Yeah, coming to for loop, we are trying to use in. Okay, we can use range also. Okay, so in operator for ch in AEIO. So I'm taking any input ch. For ch in AEIO, print oval. Okay, oval or consonant program, you can try it. Another program is word and line. Okay, so if word in line, print as word is present. Okay, okay, if word in line. Okay, so I'm instead of for, you can change with if. Okay, that works fine, I think. Okay, that works fine. Okay, while getting false statement. Okay, so then let me take for another program. Okay, from for loop. Okay, yeah, you can take this and see how the simple for loop works. Yeah, so now let us execute range function. Okay, range function. So here we need to change if then only it's getting executed. Okay. So you can try this program. Okay. So next what we will do, we will try to use range function, okay, with the help of for. Okay. So let me give one list. So one list. So 2, 3, 4, 5.6, 8.5, and some complex 4 plus 5j. Okay, like this. Okay. So now what I will do, and let me give one string also and check it. Python. Okay. So in string function what we'll have, in range function what we have 3 commands. So for I in range, so for I in range we have 3 parameters. One is start, the other one is end, the other one is step. Okay, start, end, step. Okay, these are the 3 parameters that we can have in range function. Okay, by default values we also have default values. The start value will be, by default it will be 0. Okay, the end will be, by default it will be n plus 1. Okay, if it is not giving a, if it is not considering for n plus 1, we need to define. Okay, end compulsory we need to give it. I think for end we don't have any default. For start we'll have default value. The default value will be 0. Okay, step default will be 1, but whereas end we need to define. Okay, so let me give end as a plus 1. Okay, so a plus 1. So here I'll try to print from 1. Step size also, if I don't use step size also, print I. Yeah, I want to print I only. Shift enter. So it is trying to execute. For I in range, so 0th element will be omitted. So 1 to a plus 1. Okay, so that means remaining from 3 to remaining elements, all it need to be printed with this logic. So let us see it, how it is doing. Will you show error why this type of thing is coming? Previous cell is executing, that's why. Okay, so you can stop it, interrupt execution, so that it will stop this. Okay, so I want to run this. So for I in range, so for I in range, so for I in range what I need to do, so from starting from 1, let me give increment here. What is the error here? Range args. So use capital? No, right? So range is fine. So for I in range, I want to print this statements. Okay. So if you take -1, then try it. Range stop, range object. So let me take 2 and see it. Yeah, 0 and 1. So by default it has taken, 0 index, and then it is trying to execute. So range has 2 parameters. Okay, this is end, right? So starting, if I want to take, so I think I need to use comma. One, yeah, it's working fine. So I need to use comma, okay, right? So next my increment will be 2. So here I will give a plus 1. So a plus 1 and try to run it. So now the what we can expect output. So starting from 1, so 3 will be printed. The step size is 2. Okay, the step size is 2 means again it will increment accordingly and we will try to print it. Concatenate, yeah, remove this one. It is not working for strings. Concatenate list into int to list. So for I in range a plus 1, this is absolutely fine. Can only concatenate list, not int to list, not int to list. Okay, so we are getting error. Okay, in range function we are trying to error. Okay, that's fine. So by default, if I give start and end, will that is working? Yeah, with start and end it is working fine. But if I am giving increment, so 0 to 5, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So for A in, yeah, for A in range. No. So for I in range, so for I in range of A, right? So for I in A, so for I in A, we need to take this range. Okay, for I in A. So let us see it. Okay, yeah, so no wrong in we are all learners, right? So no wrong in referring it again and learning it. Okay, so teaching and everyone is a continuous learning process. Okay, program is all about continuous learning. We need to keep on learning. Okay, so no worry in getting errors. So even though you are perfect, sometimes you do get it. I do accept it. So for I in, yeah, x is equal to 5. For I in range 10, yeah, here it is working fine. So 10 to 2 into minus 2. So I'm getting not a range function. Okay, so range function I'm trying to search it. So how the range function can be? So you did not give list. So without giving list, try it. Okay, I think it's not working for list. Okay, so remaining you try it. Okay, so that's it for today's session. So I am ending up this session. So I hope you got some basic knowledge of how to use if else. Okay, nested ifs, that all nothing but the empty statements, simple statements and looping statements. Okay, so that's it for today's session. So thank you all. So thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.